It's no secret that these last couple years have been really difficult. There's been a lot of tension and polarization, and that's actually bled into my own community of Gilbert. There's a lot of tension that built up, and I remember specifically on an intersection that there were two opposing sides, and they're hurling insults and cursing at each other, and actual fights broke out. And this is just because of all the rhetoric in our nation right now.
So I think about an incident a few years ago where there was some white nationalists that were coming against the mosque, and some of our faith communities that were outside of the Muslim community came and wrapped themselves around, literally like a physical presence that wrapped themselves around the mosque to be a barrier. Just being a presence there to protect the mosque, to say, we're with you, we want to stand in solidarity with you.
One of the amazing things that we have done there in Arizona that I remember, it was one time gathering all the Imams that are a part of this, pastors and rabbis, and visiting each other's places of worship and trying to understand exactly what happens, how do we pray, how do we have the congregations there, and in order to understand each other, in order to understand the faith tradition, but at the same time bring the communities together as well.
And that's when we looked at the opportunities that were in our community. For example, homelessness and hunger. We collaborated together as a church, a mosque, and a synagogue to provide meals for families experiencing homelessness. And that was not Jewish, that was not Christian or Muslim, that was acts of humanity and humanitarian aid.
As part of the youth, I do feel like asking each other tough questions, getting rid of the elephants in the room. That's something that we're working on currently in Arizona through this amazing organization. But it's something that youth throughout the nation, everywhere, they need to do this.
I felt like there was not a medium in our town, especially for our faith community, to be able to engage with our faith leaders, to know how we can be praying for our elected officials, to know what opportunities we have to serve, and also to have a forum where we could discuss these ideas and these topics and come together and serve our community.
In normal internships, you learn like hard skills. You're on the computer, you're running coffee errands and things like that. But like this isn't like any other experience.
Each one of our faith traditions has incredible traditions and distinctives that you think might separate us, but we've learned how to come together, be friends, have really deep friendships. To have that multi-faith presence working together for peace and harmony has been a huge gift.
To engage in the same community of the individuals and families that we go to the same school with. We addressed a lot of stereotypes and a lot of misinformation, and that was something that my community still talks about to this very day.
Even though, despite the differences when it comes to religion, but when they see that people are coming together, that brings a very positive message for unity and standing for one another.